The movie begins in a beautiful kingdom called Milele, where we see Simba approaching all the animals in the forest majestically. He announces to them that his family growth is finally upon them. Simba and Nala has fulfilled the dream of honoring the circle of life, and reveals the good news to them, that they are having a cub. The scene changes to show us Nala, who seems to be waiting for Simba to come to her. She goes under a cave to rest as she waits. Simba later calls his two best and trusted friends Tino and Purnbaa, who, as we all know, argue and make fun of each other all the time. Simba lets them know that this matter is serious. He wants them to watch over his little cub Kiara, until he gets back from seeing Nala. Most importantly, he tells them not to scare Kiara or tell her stories. He grew up with them, so he knows they love telling exaggerating stories. Simba meets his daughter Kiara, and after he hugs her, Kiara reminds him that the storm is coming and she's scared, but he assures her she's safe as long Tino and Purnbaa are watching over her. After Simba left, Purnbaa and Tino couldn't resist not telling Kiara a story. In an exaggerated way, they tell her they were the ones who killed Scar and they ate him. Kiara hears the sound of thunder and becomes really scared again, but Purnbaa comforts her, saying she shouldn't be afraid, and calms her by singing his weird songs. Kiara's mood changes to happy when she sees Rafiki walking into the cave. She tells him that she really wants the storm to be over, and will promise to be as brave as her father. Rafiki lets her know of a little secret. When her father was of her age, he was also afraid of thunder and lightning. He adds that Mufasa, her grandfather, once took Simba to the highest point of pride roar, and taught him how to roar, but still, Kiara insists that she will never be as brave as Mufasa. Seeing the need to give her confidence, Rafiki decided to tell her a backstory about Mufasa. The story takes us back to when Mufasa was just a cub. His father and mother showed him a very beautiful land they are headed, called milele, which means forever. Mufasa father adds that it is a place full of life, water, food, grass, and skies as far than he can see. During their journey they stumble across a beautiful land. For a long time, the family are so happy to experience raindrops which they haven't seen in a while. They also see lakes and animals of different kinds. Just as the family play together happily, something devastating happens. The rainfall causes a very heavy flood, leading to all the animals to evacuate from the area immediately. Without hesitation, Mufasa dad dives into the water to save his son. He throws his son towards the mountain, and motivates him to jump to his mother. Mufasa is afraid as he doubted his ability to jump. We see an elephant being swept by the flood. The elephant hits beneath the place Mufasa was standing, and this sends him flying back into the flood, and the flood separates him really far from his parents. While he clings onto a wood in the ocean, he is met by another cub, who introduces himself as Taka, the son of King Obasi. Just as Mufasa told him his name, Taka tells him that his father instructed him not to talk to outsiders, but reveals he has a secret and really wants to tell him. The secret is Mufasa is about to be eaten by a crocodile. To escape the crocodile, Taka motivates Mufasa to swim faster towards him, and then tries to use his tiny claws to drag him towards land. Taka's mom suddenly shows up, and scare the crocodile away with her roar, but is angry that Taka didn't wait for her as she instructed. Taka shows Mufasa to her, but she tells Taka to leave him because King Obasi doesn't accept strangers into their pack. Mufasa tells her that he's not strange, but just lost. He told her what happened, and how he got separated from his parents. Taka's mom felt sorry for him and decided to bring him along, introducing herself as Eshe. Just as Eshe brought Mufasa to the pride, Obasi scolds Eshe for interrupting his nap, only for her to bring a disgusting stranger into his pride. He reminds them their number one rule, which is to eat any outsider they come across. Taka is against this, but Obasi tells him that they can't associate with outsiders, the only true bond is blood. Since Taka and Eshe are against his will, he gives Mufasa a fighting chance. Obasi tells Mufasa to race with Taka. If he loses, he will eat him for dinner, but according to Eshe, if Mufasa wins, he will join their pride. Obasi begins the race, and the two cubs begin to run. Taka is way more faster than Mufasa, which made his chances of winning slimmer. But Taka really wants him to join their pride, so he decides to slow down for Mufasa to pass him, which allows him to win the race. Obasi has no choice but to let him join the pride, but tells Eshe that he will only be with the females only. Against Obasi wishes, Taka and Mufasa continue to hang out more often, and they grow up into seeing themselves as brothers. When they returned back to the pride and continue their play, the other lions complain about his both sons causing commotion for them, but Obasi angrily replied that Mufasa is not his son, and he and Taka will never be brothers. He commands Mufasa to go back to where the females are, and stay away from his son. Obasi warns Taka that if he continues like this, one day Mufasa is going to betray him, because that is what strays do. He lies down to continue his nap, as according to him, male lions protect the pride as they nap. Meanwhile, as Eshe and Mufasa are having a talk, Taka later appears and eardrops on their conversation. Eshe tells Mufasa not to give up, that there is still hope of finding his family. Mufasa feels his trainings is irrelevant, as he strongly believes Obasi will never accept him as one of his own. But Eshe tells him he is like a family to her, but Mufasa tells her that maybe it's better for him being astray, at least he won't have responsibilities, and will make his own choices. Later that day, Eshe began to teach Mufasa on how to hunt in pairs. But as Taka was secretly watching them, he noticed something terrifying was trying to hunt them. Just as Mufasa was distracted, 2 white gigantic lions attacks Eshe. While Taka was watching cowardly, Mufasa charges towards the lions to protect Eshe. Eshe noticed Taka watching and later runs away in fear. Mufasa fought with bravery and with determination. He kills one of the lion, while the other one, who knows he has no chance to take them down alone, retreats from the fight. Just as they return to the pride, Eshe tells Obasi the lions that attacked them. They were white and bigger like nothing they have seen before. She adds that if not for Mufasa, she would have been killed, then looks at Taka with a disappointing look. Mufasa advises Obasi that they should start preparing themselves, as he believes those lions will return again in a day. The white lion who retreated, returns to his pack of outsiders. We find out that the lion Mufasa killed was the son to the king of the outsiders, called Kiros. Kiros blames the lion for leaving his son to die, but the lion begs for mercy, letting him know that he had no choice. Kiros tells the pride to eat him as a punishment, while we see a lion from Obasi pride spying on the outsiders. Later that night, when everyone was asleep, Obasi, who found out that Taka actually abandoned his mom to die out of fear, tells Taka to act like such a thing never happened. What he did doesn't matter, what matters to Obasi is that the bloodline must be protected. Shikau, who just returned from spying on the outsiders, reports to Obasi that they are coming this way and they are 3 times their number. To protect the bloodline and the future of their pride, Obasi decides to send Taka very far away from them, where he must start a new life and a new beginning. He tells Mufasa to go with Taka, and pledges loyalty to him as king. Mufasa tells Eshe that wherever he goes without her, he has no home. Eshe shows him a beautiful view beyond the light, a wonderful pride land his parents told him about. She tells Mufasa to go and find his way home, that his parents might be waiting for him there. Taka apologizes to Eshe for what he did, but she doesn't seem to be angry with him at all, and tells him that one day his moment of courage will come. After they left, Obasi and Eshe stood their ground as they get surrounded by the white lions. Unfortunately, due to they were outnumbered, Eshe, Obasi, and his pride all lost their lives to the white lions. These white lions are not just strong and bigger, but are way more faster. They chase after Taka and Mufasa until they got to a lake. Taka jumps across the lake, but Mufasa could not, because he is scared of water. Kilos and his pride finally reach Mufasa and Taka, and his hunger to kill them grew, when he finds out that it was Mufasa that killed his son. They chase Mufasa and Taka to a waterfall, and with no other choice left, Taka drags Mufasa into the ocean. One of the white lion jumps into the ocean and tries to confront them, but it is immediately devoured by a crocodile. While Taka and Mufasa struggles to swim, Kilo's pride assures him that they can track them downriver. When Mufasa and Taka got to land, they are met by a female lion whose pride also got attacked by the outsiders. Taka tells her to come with them and they will protect her because she doesn't have anyone, but a bird called Zazu, a friend to the female lion, claims that he can protect her. The female lion introduces herself as Sarabi, and Mufasa decides to share his goal, which is reaching the land of Milele, but Sarabi doesn't believe a place like that exists. Meanwhile, in the depths of the forest, in the midst of hundreds of baboon, we are introduced to a young and special baboon, called Rafiki. Among his kind, he was born with an exceptional gift, like the ability to see prophecies, the ability to see visions, communicate with insects and the moon, and the ability to heal. But these powers made his father and his people to see him as not one of them, so by voting, they decided to banish him away from their land. While Rafiki wanders alone in the forest, Mufasa attacks him for food, but is astonished that the baboon has no atom of fear in him at all, knowing they are predators. Sarabi tries to finish him off, but Rafiki tells them that if they take his life, they will never find where the land of Milele is. He claims to have seen the land in his visions, and that's where he is heading to. Later that night, Mufasa woke up from a dream where he saw his parents. He finds it really strange when he sees Rafiki sitting on a stone in the water with his eyes closed. Mufasa is shocked when Rafiki could tell what Mufasa has been dreaming about, and Rafiki tells him that what he sees is not a dream but it's actually his mother who is guiding him on where he's going. On their way to Milele, Taka asks Mufasa to help him out. He tells Mufasa that Sarabi is the light, the one her mother spoke of. To Taka, She is the most amazing female he has ever met in his entire life, and he wants Mufasa to help him with lines to win her over, since he spent his childhood with females. Mufasa, trying to help, suggests he should approach her calmly, and ask about her homeland, mentioning a type of flower, called duck flowers. He adds the most important, which is always listening, as women love males that gives them listening ears. Filled with confidence, Taka meets Sarabi, but misunderstood what Mufasa told him, and ended up saying she smells like a duck. Anyway, the conversation was really weird from the start, but it later started to flow. The chemistry between them is interrupted when the white lions arrived from across the valley. Knowing the lions can easily jump to where they are, Mufasa, with no other choice, goes to ask the elephants for help, but when that didn't work out, Sarabi resorts to a more dangerous plan, by throwing beehives to where the elephants are. This leads to a massive chaos, as the elephants begin to run in different directions, and this was able to hold off the white lions. Sarabi's plan works, but it came at a cost of her falling of a tree. Without thinking, Mufasa sprinted to rescue her, while Taka once again is paralyzed by fear as he hides in the shadows. The whole chaos ends, but Sarabi was terribly injured. Rafiki displays his healing abilities by tending to Sarabi's wounds. When Sarabi wakes up, Sarabi asks who rescued her, and Mufasa suddenly gives the glory to Taka, saying he was the one who saved her, when he actually did nothing but hide. After a long walk, Mufasa thinks of a plan. If they want to reach Milele safely, they have to ensure that the white lions doesn't track them. Zazu volunteers for this mission. He flies all around circle, and this made the white lions confused and lost trace of them. Sarabi is impressed by Mufasa intelligence and hugs him, while Taka jealousy began to grow. There is something Mufasa said, which made Sarabi realize that it was actually him that saved her, not Taka. She tells Mufasa that she knows the truth, and due to the great qualities she has seen in him, she tells him that it's him that deserves to be king. Mufasa tries to deflect her praises, but eventually responded with a smile, and singing a song, while Taka is watching them from afar, filled with rage. Driven by resentment and jealousy, Taka goes to meet the king of the white lions, Kilos, and reveals that it was Mufasa who killed his son, and blames the death of his father on Mufasa. He tells Kilos that he is going to lead him right where Mufasa is, to kill him, and he is also going to lead him to Milele, the land of dreams. The next morning, Taka rejoins the group, and lies to Mufasa that he went hunting, but behind his back, he leaves trails for the white lions to follow them. After another long journey, they finally found the land of Milele. But the animals in Milele are scared, because they know the white lions are after them, so this place can also be in danger, but Mufasa assures them that he covered their tracks, and will surely not do anything to jeopardize the safety of this place. But while he assures them, the white lion shows up. Mufasa is heartbroken after finding out it was Taka who led them to him. Without wasting any time, Kilos attacks Mufasa and tries to kill him. Mufasa runs away and motivates all the animals into fighting by his side. They all help him in fighting the lionesses in Kilos' pride, while Kilos goes after him. They both engage in a one-on-one combat, but Kilos is way more stronger and defeats Mufasa. Taka sees this, and memories of when him and Mufasa were young flashes through his mind. He uses his face to block a blow meant for Mufasa, and begs Kilos not to kill Mufasa. Mufasa and Taka ended up fighting Kilos together and they drowned him in the nearby lake. All the animals begin to address Mufasa as their king, but Mufasa doesn't accept this, saying they are all one. But Rafiki tells Mufasa that it's his destiny and must accept it. Just as Mufasa becomes king, he reunited with his mother but finds out his dad is no more. Taka shows up and asks Mufasa to forgive him, but the other animals wants him to be banished. Mufasa tells them that as long as he's king, Taka will always have a place here. Taka tells Mufasa to call him Scar from now on, so he will never forget the evils he has done. Rafiki concludes the story to Kiara, who wishes to have met Mufasa, and that was how the movie ended. Thank you for watching, guys. If you love animation movies, please subscribe to this channel and keep watching. Bye.